Guys, this is Laurel here with another fun and easy hybrid tutorial. If you're short on time but still want to do something crafty, then this project is for you. I made up a set of gift tags that would be great to spruce up your holiday gifts, whether it's a traditionally wrapped gift like this one, a bottle of your favorite bubbly, which is, this one here is a sparkling peach juice, a plate of cookies, and more. Since this is a hybrid project, I'll show you both the digital and hybrid supplies needed. For the digital part of these tags, I use the Merry Little Christmas Embellishment Kit by Fancy Pants, which you can find at the Snap Click Supply online store. For the more traditional supplies, here's a picture of the things I used here, and I will have a more detailed list of these on my blog for you to look and peruse if you need to. I haven't said this before in my videos, but you can use whatever supplies you have on hand that will work. It doesn't have to be these exact things. I just try and provide links to current supplies for those who want to go and pick them up themselves. But a lot of the physical scrapbook supplies I've used here in this project are from my current stash. So what I've done here is, after I've downloaded the kit, I've opened some of the tags from this digital Merry Little Christmas kit, and I opened them in Picasa and then put them into Photoshop Elements, and right now I'm creating an 8.5 by 11 document to put these tags and some other little things on here, because pretty soon I'm going to be printing this out. So all I'm doing here is I'm just going to resize these, since I want several things on this page and not just one tag taking up the entire page. So I'm just going to go ahead and repeat this process with this tag and a couple of other ones and get them resized and ready to print here. So the next one I got here has this red candy stripe border along the edges here. And one thing to note is I'm not going to try and make these tags exactly the same size. I'm going to try and make them similar in size, but you'll see as the video goes on that I have a blue and white tag that actually ends up being a tiny bit bigger. And that's okay to me, because I don't need these all to be the same size. It can just be whatever works for me. And now what I'm doing is just opening some embellishments that I'm also going to print out and use in conjunction with these tags. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move them into a section of the paper so that they have enough space so that I can cut between them when I print. But another thing that I'm doing here as I'm going through and deciding which ones to use and resizing them is I'm going to go ahead and take some of these other embellishments and kind of scoot them up on top of the tag a little, just to take a little look and see if they're going to be sized the way that I need them to. I don't want them to be either too small to the scale of the tag or too large, so I'm just kind of taking a little inventory there and just seeing if that works good and if it's a good size. And just a little bit smaller with that Christmas tree seemed to be right, so I just resized it and then I printed that out. Put that over there, and now I have this page that I can print out, which I did for you right there. There's the tags and the embellishments I'm going to use printed onto just a plain white piece of cardstock that I had in my stash. So the next part of this is just to go ahead and cut these tags out. I went ahead and cut them out by hand just so you could see that. Normally I would have tried to use the print and cut function on my Silhouette die cutting machine, but I'm having trouble with that function, so I'm just going to cut it here. And that way, anybody who doesn't have a Silhouette or die cutting machine can just go ahead and do that by hand. And then I'm taking my regular office size hole punch and just punching the holes in each of these tags. The designer of these tags put a little hole where you can cut that out. So I just punched those. I didn't worry too much if it wasn't perfect. And now I'm just going to go ahead and fussy cut all these embellishments, all these little elements here, the Christmas tree and the snowflake and the star and the peppermint candy. And I spread that up so that it wouldn't take too long. But yeah, you can definitely do this project just by using a pair of scissors and not having to have an electronic die cutting machine or otherwise. So anyways, I cut all those out, and then I'm going to take and hole punch with the same hole punch I had before, a hole in the top of each of these embellishments that I'm going to use with the tag, because that's going to be used to embellish and to run a ribbon through. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that with all 4 of those little pieces here. And then after I get done hole punching, the next thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to use some of these clear snap albums. They're little, I think they're acrylic or plastic albums. They're meant to be used as pages in an album, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take these apart and use these as another embellishment for our tags, because to me that seems like a better and more fun use than actually just using them as an album. And I will link to where you can get these below. So what I'm going to do now is, I wasn't sure what my plan was going to be, so I'm just taking some of these embellishments and just seeing which ones I like on top of the tag. These embellishments are going to create like a second layer, because these are kind of going to be a little bit of a layered tag. And then I took the clear snaps, things that I had, and just looking at them to see which shapes I wanted to put on which tag. At first I thought I'd match up all the pieces with the same shapes, but I decided to mix them up. So now I won't have a star on top of a star. So these have a little sticker-like protective sheet, which is on each side. So I'm just going to go ahead there and peel that off of both those sides. And then you can see that's going to look really cool now that it's, you can see how transparent it is. I'm going to put the tree on that one, and the little star is going to go right over that, so you can see the tree through the star. And the little snowflake one, I think I ended up putting a Christmas tree, clear snap piece over that. And then over the star, I'm going to go ahead and put this snowflake shape. And it's kind of hard to see on camera, but I really like these clear snaps pieces because you can see the embellishment through, but it adds a little bit of fun and elegance to this card, makes it a little bit more visually interesting to have that layer. So that's what I'm going to do here, is just go ahead and layer those on. That little tree kept slipping off every time I put the clear snap piece on it, so I kept having to move it back and put it back in its place, and then place the star back over it. So now what I've done here is taken 3 lengths of baker's twine. I have 2 lengths that are tan and white, and 1 length that is aqua and white, because I just love baker's twine. It's just I love the striped look. And then I'm going to take 3 pieces of this red ribbon here. I think it's an American Crafts ribbon. And I didn't measure these, I just eyeballed it and cut them. And then what I'm doing is folding the ribbon in half and putting the loop created by that fold in through the hole so that it comes up backwards behind the tag. And then I'm going to take the ends of that ribbon and pull it up through to create that fun little knot that sticks out at the top of the tag. And sorry about my head getting in the shot. It's kind of hard to see that little big baker's twine without me getting right over it. So I'm taking some baker's twine, one of the lengths that I cut, and I'm going to tie a little bow. I stuck the baker's twine through that loop that went in the hole on the tag, the ribbon loop, and I slipped my baker's twine through there and just tied a little bow. So now you can see that we've got the first one already finished. So I'm just going to adjust the loops, cut the tails of the bow and also the red ribbon that has some long tails on that up there. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim that at an angle so that the ends of the tag ribbon will just be a little shorter, and kind of arrange those and fan them out. And I'm going to repeat the process with the next 2 tags. In the beginning I showed a 4th tag that had a bell on it, and I'll show you that at the end and give a little explanation of why I didn't show it here. But I'm just doing the same thing, adjusting the red ribbons. I'm looking at that baker's twine, adjusting the bows, and cutting the tails so they're not too long. And so then that way we have the same little effect going on with 3 of them. So I've got 2 that are tied with the brown baker's twine, the tan and white right there, and I've got one that's tied, the very last one on the end is tied with the aqua and white baker's twine, just so you can see it. And they've got those 3 layered pieces. I thought they needed a little something more, so I went ahead and got these little wooden veneer stars from Studio Calico. They're wood die cut pieces. And I'm just going to put a couple of those in the 2 bottom corners of each of these tags. And there we have our little finished tags. I didn't know if I would make this one on, and I didn't make it on camera, but I did finish it, and I wanted to show you the other tag that I created that I thought was fun. And here's the grouping of the tags together so you can see what they look like. Alright guys, appreciate you watching. Thanks for spending time with my channel, and I'll see you later.